We are live now.
Oh, we're live. All right, thank you. Thanks for the work.
Is it? Do you mind if I sit there?
Currently, there is 9 coming here. 9 siblings coming.
I see. So I was.
Here.
Yeah. Because I was told. Okay. Yeah. I'll grab a chair. But I will. There's probably some miscommunication. I'll grab a chair. Don't worry about it. Should be good. I also don't want to be in the photographer's way. Yeah, they'll have to tell me. DJ, we're gonna start.
Testing, testing. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. It's such an honor to welcome you to the official wedding ceremony of Duy and Jane Soo-young Lee. It's truly a beautiful day and a beautiful night, and I thank you for coming. Now, a bit of introduction for those of you that don't know me. My name is Shweta. My wife, Shweta Dixit, has been friends with Duy for over 15 long, hard, excruciating years. And I've had the pleasure of knowing Duy and Jane since they first began their relationship some time ago. I still see some confused looks in the audiences, and I can relate to that. I know the question you're about to ask, who is this guy and why did they choose him to officiate the wedding ceremony? And the truth is, I have no idea either. I was messing around yesterday at the house and I discovered that I was actually the third choice to officiate this wedding. The first choice was my dog Astro. It was very, very close to Duy and Jane and extremely cute, so I get that. The second choice was ChatGPT, for obvious reasons. Now, unfortunately, Astro can't speak English, and ChatGPT was down, so I'm the next man up. And to tell you the truth, this is the first non-brown, non-Indian wedding I've ever been to in my life. But we're in Toronto, where diversity matters, right? And our diversity game here in 2023 is on point. I mean, where else can you find a brown man officiating a Vietnamese and Chinese wedding? Right? And now that I said that out loud, that's a lot of rice. We know where it went now. Anyways, just about before we get to it, some housekeeping rules. Your phones, we'd like them to please remain on silent. And second, we have some excellent photographers in the house today. They will be manning this area. If we can remain out of their way, that would be great. And if you do want to take photos, we request that you don't put the phones above your head. Now, influencers and Instagram husbands, I'm looking straight at you. I should know I am one. Okay, and I single-handedly know the acrobatics and the gymnastics we need to get that elusive picture, but not today, for Duy and Jane. Let's take a stand and not have that. But I promise these excellent photographers will give you a chance at the cocktail hour to get your photos. Okay? Now, we're just about ready to start. I just have a couple of observations, some things I need to get off my chest. I was drafted into the wedding ceremony planning of Duy and Jane for the last year and a half, as were many of you. And we can all understand and agree that this is, without doubt, the most well-organized and meticulously planned wedding in the history of modern civilizations. We're talking 300 plus spreadsheets, 50 calendar invites, both Outlook and Gmail, platform of your choice. Onboarding, we had a 30-minute PowerPoint presentation yesterday from Duy. It was rigorous. And even performance reviews. Some chairs aren't filled. They weren't organized enough. They didn't make the cut. Now, I'm an engineering professor, and even I don't put this kind of effort into my course syllabus, so you can really appreciate the level of detail. And the funny thing is, it's not just one person. It's not just Jane. It's Duy too. It's both of them. They literally bond over spreadsheet macros. It's the most interesting thing in the world, and I can't wait for their children to come for us to see the superhuman computing machines they're going to have in their brains. But that will come with enough time and enough parental pressure, so I'm not going to add fuel to that fire. For now, I'm very excited to start the wedding ceremony, though, and we're going to start with some entrances. So at this point, I'd like to cue the DJ. Let's get this wedding ceremony started.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me, you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry.
You may take your seats. Thank you. Thank you everyone again for being here. And I'm sure we can all agree that our beautiful couple on their wedding day look absolutely stunning. Am I right? At this point, I'd like to take the permission of parents to officially begin the wedding ceremony. We're all very blessed to be here today to witness two of the very best people that we know, both individually and collectively, tie their fortunes together forever. Duy and Jane, travel companions, first to try out wacky new restaurants, never hesitating to take on new adventures. And of course, we already covered their slightly strange sense of satisfaction in designing each perfect itineraries, but let's leave that alone for now. Now, what's common in this description is teamwork. The teamwork that it takes to be all these things. Watching you over the years, we see the joy that you bring to each other and to everybody here in this room. And I think if there's one word that describes Duy and Jane's relationship, it's joy. The way you commit to each other, the way you sacrifice for each other, the way you choose each other. Not occasionally, every single day. The way you love each other, even the way you correct each other. Jane a little bit more than Duy. That's fine. The way you support each other. Now, I could go on and on about the institution of marriage. Everybody knows that. But with Duy and Jane, they teach us that every day by being together. I don't think a 20-minute lecture here from me is going to cut it. Instead, let me tell you, Duy and Jane, what we learned from you when we see you together. We see Duy taking in Jane's beloved dog, Coco, God rest her soul. Like his very own, Coco loved to go to the park. Morning, night, sleep, sun, doesn't matter. Duy would walk Coco because Coco loves to go to the park. We see Jane winning the heart of Mama Tran. And for personal experience, that is no mean feat. Mama Tran is a tough woman. But taking that relationship, building a trusting relationship for both of them to thrive is one of Jane's special qualities. And we've seen Duy become a better man because of that. Marriage is hard. Everybody knows that. Everybody will tell you that. But I can't think of two better suited individuals to take on this challenge than Jane and Duy. Already getting their names together. Having said that, by the power vested in me, feeling the sufficient thing a little bit here, I do have the power to do some last due diligence just to make sure that you two are really ready to get married. Call it a last-minute checklist. Okay? Duy and Jane, do you validate that you've come here out of your own free will to declare your vows and your love for each other? Duy? We good, right, bro? I got you, just in case. Jane, do you certify that this wedding is not just an elaborate scheme for Duy to be converted to veganism? Wonderful. More importantly, Duy, do you certify that you will take flight boarding times very seriously and listen to Jane when she tells you your flight is about to leave, no matter how delicious that burger looks? But lastly, Jane and Duy, do you promise to be together through thick and thin, for richer or poor, until the end of time? Love. At this point, you're already holding hands, so that's wonderful. And I'll request Loris and Mama Tran to give the vows so you can share your love to each other. The longer one's Jane's.
Well, I guess I'll go first. It's going to be very short and sweet. Jane, before I met you, I was a pretty awesome guy. Some might say a catch. However, I've become a much stronger man because of these past many years with you. I've learned to be softer and more patient because of you. Coco has been a large part of our lives. Without knowing it, she was essentially our daughter. When she passed, we were very heartbroken. As hard as that moment was, I don't think I could have ever gone through it without you. She made me reflect on our relationship even closer, how we managed each other's schedule, worked on a communication on who was going to walk her in the middle of winter at 3 in the morning. Yeah, that was me. For those who didn't know. I also saw how we cared for Coco. Not as individuals, but rather together. Not just her health when she became sick, but also training her and her time with her grandparents. All of this took a lot of work to develop our relationship, and looking back at all of this solidified my future with you. You have made me become more fearless in the face of challenges. You are the person I rely on the most, the only person I can see myself without. With this, I promise. English is my second language. I promise to be there when it shines, but most importantly when it rains. I promise to be vulnerable even when it hurts. I promise to love you and adore you even when you're mad at me. I promise to be your stingy. Most importantly, I promise to be the husband your parents, or now my in-laws, think you deserve. It doesn't matter what life may throw at us. We will work through it all. I love you, Jane.
Everyone here knows I'm a very indecisive person. It can take me an hour to decide where to eat or what Netflix show to watch. So I actually never imagined I could be standing here in front of you and all our family and friends being so confident in the decision I'm making right now. So after 6 years of being together, here are the reasons why I've decided to marry you. Duy, you are the most optimistic and resilient person I know. You've gone through a lot of hardships in life, and you showed me that when things get tough, there's always a way to push through. Whenever I meet challenges in life, I would think to myself, what would Duy say? Or what would Duy do in this situation? And it always got me through a tough day. Even though you have really bad road rage, you always have so much patience for me. Early in our relationship, I was working and going through NP school, and I was not the easiest person to be around. When I was hangry, stressing out, or throwing one of my tantrums, you always treated me with kindness and patience. It also taught me to be more loving and kind towards myself. We've come a long way in these 6 years, and we've proven to each other that we can compromise and work together, especially when it comes down to making big life decisions. We played good cop, bad cop at the car dealership to bargain down $10,000 on a new car that you insisted we needed. And you trusted me enough to buy a house with me that you only saw through video chat. We can be on opposite ends of a debate, but still love and respect each other at the end of it. I think it says a lot that you were able to make a vegetarian forget that you're holding a dead fish on your Tinder profile. Even though you complained that you wish we met before I was vegetarian, you're now a better vegetarian chef than I am. Finally, what really convinced me that I found my life partner was how you welcomed Coco into your life without hesitation. I know we talked about this already, but she was the sweetest girl, but taking care of a senior dog is not easy. Whether it's taking her out at 3 a.m. in the dead of winter, like you said, or carrying her when she couldn't walk. You did it all without a word of complaint. Losing her was one of the hardest things we had to go through, but we came out stronger as a couple. And it showed me that I could get through anything with you by my side. Actions speak louder than words, and you show me your love in 1,000 different ways. I'm so lucky to have met you, and now to get to build a future with you. So, Duy Tran, I promise to try to be patient with you, even when you leave your stinky socks right next to the laundry basket instead of inside it. I promise to always be there for you, not only as a lover, but also as a best friend, a listening ear, and to keep hunting for shiny Charizards with you. I promise to always love you, even when you're old, gray, and wrinkly. Here's to us and the rest of our lives together.
Thank you, Duy and Jane. That was heartfelt and humorous. Eric, the moment is here. Can we please have the rings? Thank you, Eric, for coming through. He is ready to get married, ladies and gentlemen. It's temporary friendship. Yeah, gotcha. Lovely. Duy and Jane, the rings that you hold in your hand have a special significance. Not only in all cultures, but specifically in Chinese and Vietnamese cultures. These rings are circles. They have no beginning, they have no end. Their energy is infinite, their energy is unbreakable. And it's much like the vows that you two just made to each other, which will no doubt last the test of time. So with that, Duy, please take the ring and Jane's finger, place it on her finger, and repeat after me. With this ring, I promise to love and honor you until the end of time. Okay. Jane, I call on you. Please take Duy's ring and place it on his finger and repeat after me. With this ring, I promise to love and honor you until the end of time. Love. Duy and Jane, I want you to take a moment now and feel the energy and blessings in this room. Everybody here is pulling for you. Everybody here loves you. With your loved ones as witnesses and the power vested in all of us together, we now pronounce you husband and wife. Duy, you may now kiss your bride. Everybody, please give it up for our new married couple, Duy and Jane. Cue the music, DJ. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your blessings. Thank you for your presence. We are starting our cocktail hour shortly. So if you can take a seat or perhaps go to your designated seats, we'll be ready to start the party soon. Thank you once again.